I'm also part of a consortium here called C6, which is Cultural Creativity Collaboration to Combat Climate Change. And I met a lot of indigenous youth, because you're targeting youth. And you know, I've been following these RED negotiations in all these climate circles since Bali, when they talk about reduced emissions from deforestation and degradation and the safeguards, the plus. But the reality is that most of these indigenous people, they never got the money, and they are protecting these forests, and the governments are holding their money, and they would be lucky to get like 1 or 2%. It's unbelievable. But obviously all these stewards around the world where RED projects are being done have made complaints. So what are you guys going to do for your projects, especially to pay the stewards who are protecting our ecosystems, to protect their culture, to protect their heritage, indigenous people, and to reward the real people that are the stewards of these forests for centuries, who are being exploited right now as we speak, who've been in the streets? What are you going to do to make sure that their integrity and their livelihoods are not, exploited in the name of RED? Because there's so much of talk about carbon, but until and unless these real people are rewarded, it's not going to work. Thank you.
Definitely, I share in what you're saying, that there is a lot of news from the ground about how there are some injustices that seem to be going around. With the Rainforest Alliance, we are not working on a RED project that is carbon related just to pay for what's the carbon saved or in terms of what has been done. So as I mentioned earlier, I said that we need to work in a holistic way where you have the biodiversity, you have the people's livelihoods, you have the natural resources, you have, what did I call it? Climate, yes, the resilience aspect, all working together. So what we do is that we work in an alliance with the people, for the people, and then we work to make sure that we are able to protect the integrity of these natural ecosystems. We also work with local communities through local governance bodies that, for instance, we bring up. So we build their capacity, so when they have to engage with governments, they have that capacity to be able to engage the government and understand what it is. But some of the issues has been that people who are stewards of this may not be in the full known or have the full capacity, right? So we try to build the capacity of these people so that when it happens that they have to engage in such interventions, they have a certain capacity. But then what we do helps to build the natural resource integrity, which indirectly goes to benefit the people. Because if you have, for instance, a healthy ecosystem, it means that it allows all your other livelihoods to go on. So in that case, for us, this is where the benefit is. One, building the capacity of the people so they're able to engage whichever actor comes into their landscape. Two, helping them with their livelihoods in the sense that you have a nature positive environment that protects them, but then also builds their resilience outside of livelihoods, so that when there's a climatic stress, they are able to withstand those stresses. And then three is the fact that there is this working cooperation, right, that allows us to understand what further problems they are having within the work that we do, and then be able to address it. So, unfortunately, I don't know if my colleague has anything to say to this, but unfortunately, within that space of RED plus, the carbon money, and then those issues around injustices, I think we have, I am aware of other organizations that also work within this space to make it happen. But we try to put down the enabling environment, give the people the capacity so that when such things come in there, they are able to fight for it. Unfortunately, yes, definitely, it can't all be the same everywhere, and we need to keep fighting against all these injustices.